This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B plus undervolt.
Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by at 13. We're looking.
Welcome back to Faked and Misunderstood Images, and we have a new picture ready. But before we start, we are going to say welcome again to Chris Maroney, Martin Graney, Will Farrar, Billy Carson, and the godfather of Gigapan, Neville Thompson. I am Thomas Mikey, and we are going to look at a picture posted from Neville, and that's an opportunity picture, and that's the mystery sorry, about the moving rocks on Mars. Neville, tell us about it.
Hey. Right, hello, yeah. Yeah, this one's been out a few years, you know. What it is, it's a group of rocks, but there's a rock in the background that moves after about 20 sols, you know, and I was wondering about it. Why is the rock moving, and why have the crop the images so you can only see the rocks? If they left it with the outside of the rocks, with the outside of the picture in, you would be able to say that every sol that the rock is moving, the rover's moving as well. But it's that close of a view that you cannot see the background or anything else around. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 7 images here. No, 9, sorry. I've got 9 here, and it's from when it started on 1823 to 1845. Now, it was a few days, but there's one little rock in the background that moves a lot, but the rest of the rocks, you can tell that the rover's moving, but you can't really tell how much it's moving. The way that I found out, I've got a program that actually loads in all the sols, and you can see it in like a 3D. You can spin round, you can look behind you. So every sol I moved to, I looked down and saw where the rover was moving to. I've actually made a video of it showing you when each image is shown where the rover is, you know.
We're going to roll the video in the background here now.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was Ross Curley who found it in the first place, but I'm sorry, Ross. I just had to find out if the rock was moving, or was it the rover moving, you know. And I thought, it can't be the rock moving, sorry, but I think there's nothing that moves on Mars apart from the rover. Okay? But anyway, the rocks themselves, they're strange anyway, you know. To me, the rocks look as if they are a statue that's being smashed to bits, because there's like weird shapes in the background. Behind them rocks, there's a big square panel. I've got the images that are enhanced, you know. Mikey will put them up on the website as well, like, you know. But I think all of them rocks were once a statue or something, because they've got holes in where things slot into each other, you know. But it's weird, it's strange, but I'm sorry, the rock is not moving. It's the rover that's moving.
Thank you. I'm sitting here still watching the video where you see all the pictures from different angles, and you can see what angle is taken from. This is a great job you done on this. Chris, do you want to tell us your thoughts about the moving rocks?
Yeah, I remember this a while back. I don't remember exactly when it come out, but I remember somebody had a GIF about it. It was literally doing this.
Yeah.
It would just keep turning back and forth in different angles, and that should have been enough to give it away. I mean, it's obvious that the rover, unless this thing's got intelligent rocks on Mars, that can actually walk around in their rocks, which I highly doubt, But it's the rover itself, and I agree that it's just the angle of it, because you said it was how many sols, Nev?
From 1823 to 1845, so it's like nearly 20 days.
Yeah, exactly. So you go by this, so you know this thing's actually moving right along, and they don't go very fast.
No.
This thing kind of creeps along the ground, especially if it's actually studying these rocks. So yeah, I remember this. This was, in fact, I even laughed when I seen this. They were like, "Oh yeah, look, this rock in the background's moving." It's like, no, it's the angle of view that's moving. It's not the rock itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned about the holes in there. Keep in mind that the rover does have a laser. So
No,
it might have
not
shot a
this
couple
one.
times in there and blasted that rock.
No,
Not this
that's
one.
no. This is the Opportunity rover. The only rover that's
Oh,
got the
I'm
laser
sorry. That's
is
right. You're right. You're right.
MSL, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, because that tells you how far it goes back. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but definitely, yeah, I mean, this is just nothing more than the rover moving. And like I said, I remember seeing that GIF, and that basically gives it away. I mean, you can see like a different angle. And so what makes people think that thing's walking or moving around? So, yeah, absolutely, it was a good job on this, picking this thing apart.
Yeah.
Martine?
Yeah, I'd even fall for it. So
No.
I agree with Nev. He actually illustrated that some time ago about these rocks not moving. But I have always thought that the rocks themselves, if that is what they are, were really bizarre to look at. Some of them look like they're folded round. I did wonder at one stage whether they were actually metallic artifacts of some sort. I went through a phase where I thought they may be creatures, animals or something, but there is no way I can accept that these are normal rocks. It's naturally eroded that way. I mean, the larger of them, which has that band going around it in the darker colour around the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that almost looks like an inset. It looks sort of inside the other two halves, and then you've got this strange sort of flipper shape.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like a tail. You know?
Edges. But that to me just does not look like a normal eroded rock. And I mean,
No, it's
not.
like that, you've got the strange rocks which look like they're folded, and you've got these strange holes that don't look natural. There's no other rocks around that look like this little group. So maybe it was one big statue. I'd love to have known if it was what it might have been a statue of, but it is very anomalous. The whole grouping is very anomalous, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Will?
it's nice to see that the traverse path tells all. I think the addition to that, because when I first saw this too, just going picture to picture, I thought it was pretty interesting how one could end up on the other side. It's very convincing, especially how they have it chopped out. It's Neville's right. They keep it at a really close up cut when you see it on the NASA images. So they're also looking up a hill too. It looks like from your image as well, which messes with really messes with perspective. But the addition of these traverse paths really allowed stuff like this to come to light. Good work, buddy. I'm going to change one of my videos now.
Billy?
Yeah, this one got me as well, so don't feel too bad, Will. I fell for this one. I thought that it was actually some type of an animal maybe moving around because of that one rock that looks like it has a tail. After closer inspection more recently, and this is really before I knew Nev was going to put this up, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was going back through this because somebody had contacted me through a private message and told me that this was not moving rocks or moving animals, to take a better look at it. So I brought it into my computer and I actually started enhancing it, and I realized that the one rock, or to me it might be a part of a sculpture that's broken, that has the inlay or the inset strap going around it. That tail-looking flipper thing is actually just part of the actual structure itself, or the actual statue, or whatever it used to be. Who knows what it could have been, but it's not any type of a living thing. And then there's other parts of it that looks like carved, like actually almost like a carved head in a way. So I realized that it was probably some type of a broken artifact, And when I looked into it more, I found a few videos that were kind of debunking it, showing that the rover was moving. And so Neb is 100% accurate on this one. I mean, 100%. This is a small crop, uphill view, and it's the rover moving, giving you the perception that it's actually the rocks moving when it's not. It's almost like being at a red light at a traffic stop, and your foot is on the brake, but the cars on your left and right, for whatever reason, start creeping up a little bit. You feel like you're moving backwards.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what happened here with this particular anomaly.
That's a good one. It's a really good one, and I'm also sitting and looking at all these odd and weird shaped rocks. As we know, rocks from Earth, these does not look very natural created. I've seen some of the other pictures that Neville have uploaded in the comment box here on our little secret behind group related to the upper pictures, and there are so many of these odd shaped rocks that could be a part of a bigger puzzle, you know.
I think
that's what I was just going to say too. If you look at that first black and white where you can actually see the solar panel from the rover.
Yeah.
You look at the very top, you can see that funky looking rock. To me, that looks like it's manipulated. It's been dressed up. But the two on the left and the upper left clearly look like they broke apart.
Yeah,
They look like they've broken off from each other. Like that is actual rock, and it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's not fake. But the other one, for some reason, just that one and the one to the right, slightly down from it, the two main bigger rocks, they just seem artificial, if you will. So if it may be part of a statue of some sort, or some kind of stone, something or other. But one way or the other, they're definitely not walking rocks.
So we here can agree that this is a misunderstood image. It is not a fake image, but it is a misunderstood image.
Yeah.
Neville, thank you for sharing that picture with us. You can all go into the mosmospace.com and find the pictures, find the video again, find the link to where you can, the NASA link also to the pictures. Go study it, go find them all. Until we see us again, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.